huge Ford Maverick and huge Bronco news. So we're going to be covering that today and a whole lot more because we're going to go model by model, basically what you should expect for wait times on various Ford models. And that's going to be based on some important information that I have, as well as what I've observed over the last especially the last 12 months. So I've got hands-on experience right there. And we're going to also be going over what's going to really hold back your order. Basically covering all the Ford models today. So let's put the pedal to the metal, jump right in. I'm Johnny from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. And well, the whole JCCR crew, including the members, we're all here to help. So thank you very much, members, for joining the crew and helping the community out. So let's just jump right to it. We're going to be going at the end of the video, more towards the end of the video. We're going to be covering some really important things to know, huge news on the Maverick, and we'll also be going and talking about delays on the Bronco based on commodity constraints. You know, what percentages they're building at the factory in regards to, for example, the 2.7 liter engine, the modular bumper, so that you know exactly how to order. Now, first, let's talk about those delay times. These are very general delay times, and of course are based on not having several commodity issues on the same build. So before we go to commodity issues, if you order a Ford right now, what should you expect? So let's get right down to the turkey. So if you get a Mustang, currently the 2022 Mustang is sold out. So you should expect about 16 to 18 weeks for your Mustang to show up, because it's going to show up as a 2023, meaning if you have 2022 pricing right now, you're not going to get it. You're going to get the first available 2023 price, which should be coming out. The order bank that we call is going to be opening up the 9th month, the 14th day, 2022. So September 14th. Now the Mustang Mach-E, the order bank opens up. It's sold out. That means you can't really buy, well, you can't buy a 2022. You're going to get the first available price, and that's going to be available the 25th of August. Now, we're going to skip over the Econo line. I can always answer people directly. We'll also go over quickly the Transit. The Transit, for the most part, I've seen some surprises, and the electric Transit show up really quickly. But generally, a Transit is a ridiculously long wait. It's sold out, and you know, the order bank for a 2023 opens the 15th of August, but I'd suspect, you know, it's going to vary from region to region, dealer to dealer, but I'd suspect that to play at 12 months or more. Now the E-Transit, we've got no information on that other than the order bank opening up. It's already done. You can, you know, look at 2023 pricing on an E-Transit. Now, if we go down to the Bronco Sport, you can expect about 12 to 14 weeks. That's what I have here for my insider information, you could say, and it's also what I have observed. 12 to 14 weeks, that makes a whole lot of sense. Now, the Bronco here just says, see notes below. Basically, it's sold out. And in the notes, really interesting, huge news. It's really good. Ford is doing their best to get all the reservation holders their Broncos. I know it's been a long, frustrating ride, but I have it here very clear. They're telling rental companies, basically, fleet Bronco orders. So fleet, a rental company, they're called a fleet when they order up. And fleet Bronco orders will only be scheduled after all retail orders for customers who went through the reservation process have been given their Broncos. So no daily rental orders will be scheduled for now. Production is very limited. So Ford clearly, even if if you're a rental company, no matter what the brand, the company, if you come along, you say, hey, look, I'll take 1,000 of these or 5,000 of these or 10. It doesn't matter what number you're offering as a contract to Ford. You're going to have to wait as a company until the reservation holders have their Broncos. And what have I noticed for Broncos? Well, I covered this in the last video, so you can go back and watch that for more details, in-depth details, but it's pretty simple. If you order a soft top, I've seen four-door soft tops coming in at about 4 to 5 months, whether they have the Sasquatch package or not. And even with, you know, a 2.7 liter and a Sasquatch, but then you go soft top, it's going to be a little longer, but it's still going to be a lot faster than if you go down with a hard top. Now I will get to what the factory can build these days in the, you know, the month of July, what the factory can handle in regards to hard top production. I'll give the exact percentage of that, and that does start to shed some good news. Things will start to get better because the percentage of hard tops being produced at the factory have gone up significantly. Same thing for the Wild Track package as well as Sasquatch. Sasquatch package at one point, the factory was building a very small percentage due to, well, commodity constraints, not having enough of the required parts, including the front axle. Anyways, I'll get to that at the end of the video. We'll finish the whole subject, but let's first just run through the other models. So Bronco, 4 to 5 months if you're taking it soft top. Now if you take a two-door, still low production percentage, about 17%, get to the exact numbers. So a two-door is a recipe for a long wait. I'd put that at around a year, and that's gonna depend region by region, but I'd put that at a year or more. So a hard top, definitely gonna slow you down. They've got to get through all the people who have been waiting for hard tops, and it's particularly bad for the two doors. Now for the Escape, well, the Escape is sold out, so you can expect about 14 to 16 weeks. Really simply put, order bank on the Escape is opening up the 19th of September. They're gonna start building them in early November. So if you order an Escape now, no matter whether it's gas, hybrid, or plug-in, don't expect it before November. It'll only get built in November or a little later, and generally from, well, the plug-in Escape is made in the States. It takes about 4 weeks to get in. The other Escapes made way much further down south, and you can expect more like 6 weeks from when your Escape is built. Now the Edge, 14 to 16 weeks. Pricing on that will be out pretty soon, 7th month. So July 18th, pricing is coming up for the Edge. They're gonna start building them in early October, the 11th of October. So you order an Edge now, expect it to get built, hopefully, sometime in October, unless you're ordering from a dealer that already has a bunch of, you know, Edges that they're gonna put in front of yours because they're collecting a list. Some dealers do that. Other dealers will just say, come back as of, you know, the order bank open date that I'm also providing tonight. So the Explorer, gas or plug-in, 12 to 14 weeks is what they're estimating. Commodities can definitely change that, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But the order bank opens pretty soon, August 11th, and they're gonna start producing them in early November, the 7th of November. So order an Explorer now. Your 2022 pricing does not work. What you're seeing on the website, those are 2022 prices. You're not gonna be able to buy at that price. Order bank open, well, that means August 11th in this case for the Explorer. You can go ahead, find out what the 2023 price is. If you're already on a list at a dealer, if the price goes up by too much, well, you can always remove, but do keep in mind, you're getting a vehicle that's a year newer. So let's say the price goes up on any one of these models by $2,000 or $3,000, and you like to change every 4 or 5 years. Well, do keep in mind, the price goes up by $2,000, but you're getting a 2023. Well, when you go to change it in 4 years, well, it's gonna be worth easily $2,000 or more for what you're gonna get on trade or selling it yourself. Now, the Expedition, which by the way, my brother, he had an 18. He now has a 2022, finds the suspension better, loves the suspension, finds it smooth, finds the transmission very smooth, and is just loving that 3.5 liter EcoBoost. So you can expect 14 to 16 weeks. It's also sold out, and order bank, which means pricing comes out as of now. It looks like it's going to be August 15th. The Maverick, very, very much sold out in all configurations. I've got a lot of videos covering this, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but basically commodity, big issue on the Maverick. you can expect if you order an EcoBoost. They're going to start building the 2023s October 24th. EcoBoost in the past, straight EcoBoost, nothing complicated, you know, straight XL, straight XLT. You're looking at about 4-5 months. If you added Luxe package, well, you're looking at, you know, generally add a good, you know, 3-4 months to that. And then of course, if you go hybrid, well, hybrids have generally been 8 to 10 months, you know, 8 to 12 months really, depending on region. And well, when you add Luxe to that, you're looking at over a year in many cases. So you can, if you're looking at a Maverick, do consider taking off the luxury package if you want to get it sooner. There's still a chance to get scheduled for 2022. And really any accessories, get them from your parts department, because if they're on your order, that may very well be what's holding back your Maverick order. And you know, sometimes parts department, you get to pick up really cool stuff. You know, obviously this bottle isn't nearly as cool as, you know, a roll-up cover, and a roll-up cover is a whole lot bigger. Do expect to spend more for it than had you ordered it from factory. So if you take it off your order, don't expect to get your big accessories for the same price because of shipping. You know, when your roll-up cover comes already installed on your Maverick, that's not changing the cost of the shipping, but when they send it off in its own box and it weighs whatever it weighs, and let's say it weighs 35 pounds, 40 pounds, there's a lot of extra shipping cost to that, and you are going to spend more for your accessories, but you will get your Maverick sooner. Now the Ranger, you can expect 14 to 16 weeks, and I can say that's about right. By the way, the information I have doesn't give any dates for the Maverick, so I can only go based on what I've seen, based on experience. So the F-150, it's 18 to 20 weeks, and that's if you don't, so about 5 months, and that's if you don't add all sorts of commodities. I don't think anyone here is ordering the F-150 police responder, so won't talk about that. But for the F-150, the order bank opens up real soon. We'll get F-150 2023 pricing pretty darn soon. We're looking at July 18th for the Dearborn, so both, whether it's Dearborn or Kansas, order bank, open date. We'll get pricing on this month, so in a couple of weeks, and they're going to start building the 2023s. So order bank means you get pricing, you can order it up, but then you're not going to get your 2023 built until after the 10th of October, or Kansas City, it's the 31st of October that they'll be making 2023. So Dearborn, the 10th of October, and the 31st of October for Kansas City. Super Duties. I've seen a lot of, I'm going to continue to see a lot of 1 year, 1.5 year, and maybe even more for some really like high commodity, high trim, lots of microchip Super Duties, Super Duties that require a lot of microchips. Well, I am suspecting to even see a few go over 1.5 years. Mind you, I just recently saw a Super Duty, an XLT diesel with nothing added whatsoever. No fifth wheel prep package, no wheel well liners, nothing. Bare bone XLT, it took 6 months. So it just goes to show how bad the commodity issues. And this isn't just at Ford. You can be waiting a year or more for a lot of models on the market right now, or right about a year. So let's just go down to, before moving on, Super Duty, if you order one up now, you're going to see 2022 pricing, and you might be getting a 2024, so do expect your price to go up, because you're going to be paying the 2024 price. You don't get to lock in a 2022 price for your 2024, so that's just the way it is. A lot of manufacturers, you order up, and even if you order, let's say you ordered it this January, the GMC pickup truck, you don't get to lock in your price, and you don't get to lock in your interest rate, even if it shows up as a 2022. So you ordered a 2022, it shows up, 6 months later, 7 months later as a 2022, you're paying the higher interest rate because interest rates have gone up on that model. So just got to deal with it. This is the way things are. Now the Corsair, 14 to 16 weeks. It's also sold out. Pricing will be out the 12th of September and early November. The 1st of November, they're going to actually start building the 2023 Corsairs. The Nautilus, what we've got is July 18th. And, well, not bad. 10th of November, they're building 2023 Nautilus. Now, the Aviator is, I don't have information on that, unfortunately. I'll try to get that to you as soon as possible. The Navigator, that's also sold out, and you're looking at about 14 to 16 weeks, according to what I have for the sheet here, but they're not actually going to start building them until the 14th of November. So if you order, if you order one August 15th, that's when you can order one. It's going to be a 2023. You'll have your 2023 pricing. You can get on a dealer's list now for dealers that are taking lists, and if so, that's great. Get on it as soon as possible. Expect the 2023 price to be a little more than the 2022 price, but then you'll really get to look on the internet, see what your official 2023 pricing is. Make sure that you do business with a dealer that says they will for sold out vehicles, which is basically this whole list. Make sure that the dealer not only verbally confirms, but writes it on paper that you'll have the first 2023 price available and that they'll sell it to you at that internet price. So you get that written and signed. Some important information to know, and we're gonna have to turn this into a second video because I am trying to do these videos 12 to 15 minutes so that they're easy to watch, let's say listening to on the way to work, or listening to when you're on break at work or in between activities or sports, whatever you might be doing. I want these videos to not be too long. So we will have a part two. Part two, we're really gonna cover the Bronco percentages, how many of each model they're making. And by model, I do mean sort of categorizing by engine, hard top, soft top. So that's gonna be coming up in part two, so you won't wanna miss that. But before we conclude this, really positive news. Schedulers, so dealers, cannot prioritize F-150 Bronco Maverick, hybrid Maverick, first and as well as the first edition and Explorer gas models. So a dealer can't just decide, you know what, we want to reward this client, let's push them up, let's keep these other clients at a higher priority rate. So 19 means that the system could pick you up, but your chances are slim. And I have seen it, and it's different region by region. I've seen in my region 19s get picked up, that's for sure. But they can't just put someone who pays more, whatever the reason, they can't just put them 10. So Ford even says don't contact us. They're doing these by order, date ordered. So that's really great news. Scheduling this week, really important. And this is, what was scheduled last week. So you want to really go through your emails. And if your dealer didn't ask for your driver's license in your email, you're not gonna get scheduled. So you need to absolutely make sure that your dealer has your email and your driver's license, and that they sent this information into Ford. And as such, great news. You need to check your emails because maybe you have amazing news, because last week they were scheduling F-150, Super Duty, Edge, Escape, Ranger, Bronco Sport, Econoline, Expedition, Maverick, Transit Connect van and wagon, Aviator, Corsair, Nautilus, and Navigator. So lots of models, a lot of potential, really happy people, and I love it. In the comments section, if you got scheduled, let us know what your build was, when you ordered, and now that you're scheduled. Share the positivity, share the good news. Not scheduling last week, so don't go filter through all your spam if you're waiting on a Bronco. The news that your Bronco's being built. So Bronco, Explorer, Mach-E, Mustang, and Transit. So in an upcoming video, part two, we're going to cover really what's holding back your order and what you should consider removing. And a big one that we're going to talk about more in depth, and I'm going to do a little more research on this, but right now I've got notes here, 2022 Maverick first edition package. So option 59D. I've got a note here that says Maverick orders with the first edition package are not eligible to schedule for the remainder of the 2022 model year. So this is a surprise to me, and I don't know, maybe all the first editions are original, orders back from June, July, August, September, October. Maybe they've all been taken care of. Maybe all the first edition packages have been scheduled. And maybe this is just Ford's way of saying, don't try to add that on. Well, I'm worried that this means some first edition packages aren't going to come in as 2022. So I need to do more research on this, because this is an odd one. And because it very clearly says, please review your Maverick orders and remove the first edition package 59D so that the orders are eligible to schedule. So because of commodity issues, I would suspect that they just can't make any more first edition packages. Unless if you've already been scheduled and you already have a VIN for your first edition package, don't worry, you're in the clear. But if you don't have a VIN yet and you're not scheduled to be built, call your dealership, make sure that truly is the case. And the note here says that, really ideally your dealer would contact you. But it seems like please review your Maverick orders and remove the first edition package so that the orders are eligible to schedule. Check with customer for retail orders. It's pretty clear. Your dealer should contact you, but in any line of work, people can get busy. So if you don't have a VIN, call your dealer. Find out if they just haven't had time to say, hey, great news, you've got a VIN. And I really hope that I'm hoping I get news later on that if you don't take it off, you could have it on a 2023, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So on that note, ended it on a bit of a down note, but next video, stay tuned. Part 2, we're going to be covering all the things you need to consider removing if you want your vehicle sooner. Basically, if you want to still get the chance to get built a 2022. And if you're ordering up, as you order up your 2023s, if you haven't ordered yet, I do see what I'm going to be covering in the list being something that's going to, cause you to have a really long delay and a really long wait, because it's incredible. I can see some Broncos come in 4 months and some take a year and a half. And this is why I've been covering this since last January for the Bronco, so January 2021, so a year and a half on the Bronco. I've been covering this now for a little over a year on the Maverick. I want to help. I want to make sure that you're aware of what you can do to make your order come in a whole lot quicker. And I might not be the best example because I'm still waiting on Marie's Maverick, but that's just because she really wants that luxury package. We know everything. Simply put, what we're going to be going through is one by one, but basically anything that requires extra microchips, you've got an issue there. There's a few that are a surprise, like mags can cause a huge delay right now, that they're just not scheduling certain models with certain mags. And the F-150, spray and bed liner, Pro Power onboard, and wheel well liners, all causing problems because if you have that, you're currently not eligible to schedule. So model by model, next video, let's cover all the nitty gritty. Until then, I do wish you more cars and more power. Hope you get a VIN assigned soon. If you've already gotten your Ford vehicle, well, thank you for continuing to watch the news reports, and I hope you get to put the pedal to the metal. I'm Johnny from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, and I'm signing out. Have a great day.